do an audio test.
You just give me like a green thumb
Okay.
or like some
Let's just do a little audio test.
audio check. Clean.
Okay. Ready when you are? 3, 2, 1, action.
My name is Pero Nenada. I'm born 1972, October 1st. I will welcome everybody to watch this. It's the truth. It's the truth of the how become, how to survive, how to live. And I will show you in my basically biography, guys. It's going to be my biography. And I want you to watch it because it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. And you're going to know me. You already know me, a lot of you guys, but you will know me even better. And through this, to this beautiful, I'm always waiting for this. I'm supposed to write a book, but no time. This is something I've been waiting for. And we will do it. We will do it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay? We'll be back.
That was perfect.
That was good.
That was good.
No, that was good.
That was natural. It was you. That's how we do it.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to do one more, you could do a little more lively if you want. A little more personality. You can go. You look straight into this camera, and you
Yeah.
go, this is the truth by Pero Nenada. Just one take. Look into this camera.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Okay.
Action.
This is the truth by Pero Nenada.
Perfect.
And honestly, that's it.
Okay, so now Tata, we're gonna cut. Okay. And now this is gonna be
How all begins. Well, let's start with chapter 1. That's where all begins. And begins in October 1st, 1972, when I was born. Yeah, I heard that was a good, happy day. My father was very happy. And all started in this beautiful place, Topolo. Topolo is a little village, farm village next to Dubrovnik, next to bigger villages around us. But for me, I didn't know nothing else in Topolo. It was great growing up in Topolo. Oh my God, I wish every kid grew up like I grew up. Just perfect. You got everything there. You got animals, you got fruits, you got ocean close by. Only problem, we never got snow. But that's okay. We go to that with the snow. It's just big. Just it was such a good place to grow up in Topolo. And we all have a chores since you are, I will say, 3-year-old, 4. As soon as you start walking, you got your chores, okay? You in charge for this, you in charge for this, you in charge for this. You gotta, it's like a tribe, it's like a family tribe, and we do that. I love animals, and I was in charge in animals. And always, always, first thing when you wake up, when you we live in a house, big house, all of us. It was like, I would say, grandpa, grandma, my father, mom, 5 of us kids. How much is that? 5, 7, 9. Yeah, 9 people. But then we always have a guests. Every weekend it was a guests, and it's packed, and there's no beds. We just roll something on the floor and you sleep. And that's why I really appreciate living under the conditions that makes you tough. Honestly, makes you tough. Uh, you don't go. We didn't have any showers. We didn't have any toilets. We got one toilet in the backyard with the hole. Hey, you gotta go in the rain. It's so funny. It's so funny. You gotta carry a candle. Uh, and you learn everything. You experience. You a little guy. You hiding and you learning and you just watching the adults. You're just watching what I'm doing. Uh, I love Topolo. I love Topolo. That's something that it's tattooed. Yeah, no heart. It tattooed to my vein going to the heart. Okay, that's different. Feeding the heart. Because I learn everything I know now. I learned from Topolo. Okay, everything I know now. I mean, work ethic, thanks to my father, my grandpa. I remember him. He was a massive, massive grandpa. Just guy who will build a house with fucking rocks, and his arms were huge, and I always staring that, always looking at that thing. You know, that guy loved social. That guy, to be Croat. Again, did I mention I'm originally from Croatia, and English is my second language. And if I say something, spelling something bad, you get it. But I just love that originality of the people, how these people work and what they do, how they live life. I always absorb that. And every morning, you like I mentioned, you got your duties. You got your duties. Before school, you gotta be 6 a.m. up. You gotta be up. And I have a couple, 3 cows, and that was my duty to take the cows over the hill, which is 3 miles, 4 miles, and catch the bus. And you always come back home running down the cliff, falling down, just just tumbling down the hill. One time I broke my ankle completely. He was completely out, and this lady was there, and she helped me. She carried me on her back all the way down to my house. But you go to school, and every morning you wake up in Topolo. Hey, that's something. First of all, you live with no alarm. There's no alarm. There's no alarm clocks. There is no, like I mentioned, even no toilets. We have little pots underneath the beds. I slept with my grandma basically all the way until go to high school. You know, Imagine praying, sleeping with the grandma and praying, prays every night. It's just you know, rosary. Rosary is going and going. And you have your duty 6 a.m. and the rosary is going. But for me, that's I always think about it. And I was scared. I was always scared, bullied, and I was scared. I need to figure out something. I need to put all these beautiful people together and make one. Make that everything is possible in life, which is I love my grandma, I love everybody, and that was my thing. Wake up in Topolo morning. You always heard the rooster. You rooster got to be 4:30 a.m. He's up there. He's freaking up there. Come on now. He's a captain. He's a Napoleon, man. He got colors. He got all the ladies take care of. He's a legend, dude. But he's there, and I love that rooster. Until sometimes my uncle come from the city and we got chop and make a soup, but that's okay. That's okay. That's all the beauties of living in a village. You learn a lot. You learn a lot. You learn culture. You pray, you go to church every Sunday, you got your duties. And I remember when I was a really young kid, and your worries, your stress, you know, my biggest stress was if I go pick up my cows on a hill and they are not there. I can't go home without cows. You can't show up home without cows. You got to figure out something. Also, so sorry, just a second. I have everything that every child dream to have. Everything they dream in the tiny backyards to have, I have open field. It was spectacular. Just use it, explore it. We used to steal cherries. We as a kid, we only eat seasonal fruits. That's why I only love seasonal fruits. I can't eat watermelon Christmas. You know, that's weird. But we will steal cherries, we will cut branches. And my father see everything from balcony. Okay? We love soccer. That's the only thing I knew in the sports is football. Basically, we say over there nogomet, soccer. We play volleyball with the bladder of the pig. I remember tournaments on the street. We play volleyball made with some pipe and with the bladder of the pig, because you blew the bladder and bladder is very tough, doesn't break. You can go in blackberries. We got a bunch of blackberries, you know. Why blackberries? And it goes blackberries, we are thinking it's gonna pop. No, it doesn't pop. But that's all fun as a kid, I remember. And then when you're tired, when you're sweaty, you just go over the hill, you dip in the ocean. You dip in the beautiful blue ocean. And you catch some mussels, you catch some oysters on the way. It's you learn every possibility to live. No, just to be a kid, just to explore. Yeah. But duties, lots of duties. Behind the school, always school, of course. But when the school is over, summertime, a lot of kids go vacations. You know, they go vacations. They go somewhere. They go rich uncles. You know, we always stay home and we pick a sage for summertime. Eh? 120 degrees, and we picking the sage on the side of the road. And with the sage, they make the oil. It's very good for your skin and everything. And we will do that all summer. All summer. If it's not sage season, and it doesn't matter, there's snakes everywhere. You got snakes everywhere. You go as a kid with picking the sage, there's no gloves, there's nothing. You just go because the God is watching you. God love kids. It's all it's beautiful. You survive. You go and you dip in the ocean, and you go home happy. You go home happy. There was a lot of tough times, guys. There was a lot of tough times. I didn't have much time to study. I basically never study. I don't think I ever study. A little bit. Because I'm a natural smart person. I'm a really natural smart person. I'm born like that, and I just know everything. And I will go always. When we moved from the old house, I'm beginning the story. Old house was when my family grew up, Nenadas. We call it old house. It's built by my grandparents. My grandma will roll the hill, rocks from the hill to my grandpa, and he will chisel every rock by hand and build the walls of the house. But back then, they didn't think about bathrooms. Again, a bathroom. There was no bathrooms. It was just a bunch of rooms you sleep. And downstairs was a potato room, and there was a chickens, and there was a pigs, and there was a cows. Everything was there. Imagine summertime, flies. It was honestly disgusting, man. It was smell coming, but you don't think about it. You don't give a shit, and you go, you work, you go, you come home, you're still happy. You're so happy. You're so happy. There was always meal on the table. Always meal on the table. Every day. Every day. And then, of course, I went to elementary school in Topolo, in a local. It was actually building next to my house. We had a well, when you dig for the water. There was no bottle of water. There was no, how you say, drinking water. Nothing. And all the kids, a Thursday after, we got one well in the school, but always the bucket fell in the well, and nobody want to catch the bucket. And who want to go? I always want to go do the bucket. I mean, I wasn't scared about that. I love always, then you cool guy. You cool guy. You're not scared. You cool guy. And then teacher is staring at you. Something's going to be with this guy. And, 4 years I went there. And then after that, I moved to next village, actually, no, next to 1, 2, 3 villages from Topolo south. It's called Smokovljani. Very tough to pronounce. Anyway, nice school. Very nice school, guys. Extremely nice school built in communism, I grew up in communism, and everything was communism, and I'm real Catholic, and you couldn't go to school, say I'm Catholic. You can't wear a cross, you can't do anything, because every teacher, every principal, everybody was communist and from different country, as a Serbia. It was tough. But I went because they couldn't kill me, because I was so smart that I was so smart. They always call my father, hey, Because back then, mom is a mom is a warrior. Mom stay home. Mom always cook. Mom take care of animals. Mom is kids. Mom is mom. You know, father is a father. You call father, and my father was always happy to go because he knew there would be nothing wrong with me, nothing. Only one time, a teacher took my cross and threw it in a garbage bin. He was very pissed. Yeah, I don't blame him. And then I didn't understand the situation. I didn't know what's going on yet. Why don't like my cross, you know? And I'm still a kid. I'm still, okay, I'm becoming a teenager, of course. I got some posters in my room, you know? I love Samantha Fox, by the way. Every guy have that poster. And you're changing, but you got nothing. You know what I'm trying to say? Uh, but you occupied. You don't think about that. I always say it will come the point to me when I will be into debt. Let's first focus of something else. Uh, Something else for me was always, I love to stare in the fire and stare from the balcony, stare and looking, just focusing, especially fire. My mom always come to me and say, Pero, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? I'm just everybody sleeping. I'm just sitting by myself in a smokehouse, like some fucking lost. Just watching on a fire and putting the logs. I remember it's just standing in a fire because fire change colors. You know, there's a red, there's a blue, there's stuff. I love that colors. Topolo teach me everything. Topolo teach me how to wake up on time every morning, how to be responsible for my animals, how to be responsible when you dig potatoes, when your father grows potatoes and you're a kid, you try to dig potatoes out, eh? And you chop couple and he's watching you. You're chopping potatoes. That's a big minus for me. I fail. I'm failing. Freaking potatoes. But that's what feed us. Not only my family. A lot of families. When you chop potatoes, potato is done in the ground. Okay, it's done. You can give it to pigs. But I learned that then you can make mistakes. You know, we all do mistakes. Don't understand me wrong. We all do mistakes, man. But for me, it was like, especially my father look like, you chop potato. You're going to my book. You know that kind of thing? But nothing happened. Nothing happened. No. Nothing happened. All good. But me, I'm always thinking differently. You know, he's so pissed on me right now. He's so pissed. I'm a bad kid. My brother, Nico, older brother, he was a troublemaker. This guy didn't give a shit. This guy didn't give a shit. He was like, I would say, movie Fight Club, Brad Pitt, that kind of guy, you know? I mean, just looking for fight, you know? Looking me wrong? You looking me wrong? I'm the guy with the freckles on the back. I'm the guy very shy, uh, and extremely shy. By the way, I couldn't even talk, barely. I got issues talking when I was young. Ever something happened with my birth, I don't know. I couldn't talk good. I staggered a lot. I honestly staggered crazy a lot. It was a problem. It was a real problem. And I cry at night. I don't know what to do. You know, when you're a kid and your grandma is next to you and she's praying. She's praying. She always pray for me. Pero I know it's going to be good. But Baba means grandma. Baba, that was me. But Baba always would hold my hand and say, Pero, you're going to be okay. You're different. You're going to be okay. So okay. I didn't know what it mean. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't saw big picture at all. Nothing. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. I'm still in Topolo. I'm still in Topolo. I'm still there. Doing just growing up, just growing. But I see changing a lot. I'm changing a lot. Realizing a lot of things. We got TV finally in the house, you know. That was in 80s. 1968, we got first phone. My house in Topolo, we got first Nenada family. First phone in a village. That means when you have a birth in a village, the nurse, the doctors call my house, my father's, my grandpa's house, because we only got phone. And you wanna tell the family, hey, you have a boy or you have a girl. And I was the guy, I was a messenger. And when you're a messenger, you said to the father, future father, to Roecha, he's waiting for something. You know, you can tell he's waiting for something. It's a boy. And you becoming celebrity. You, messenger, are celebrity. And automatically you feel like balloons, everybody's happy. You know? You're there. It's awesome. Good news. Good news, you know? Tough. That was a lot of time tough. When I become you know, teenager, I want to see life. I want to disappear. I want to see somebody. But it was tough. You couldn't do it because you gotta be in bed by 7:15. We have a Tom and Jerry cartoon show 10:15. Sorry, every night, and then 7:30 was a movie. It was a bedtime. Bedtime done. Bedtime done. My father. You don't argue with my father. You don't. He just say it. Guys, again, it was 5 of us on a couch like a sardines. It's a bedtime. And that was it. We all stand up and go one by one. No complaining, no nothing, no snacks, no ice creams, no freaking sugar. Just go. You gotta pray and go to bed. I love my father. I love he's just a cool guy. Just a cool guy he was, eh? He's the youngest kid. 5 of them, youngest baby boy. He just love his life and work and family. Family number one, honestly. Family number one. And make sure we got it all. He was always proud of us. Always. he never express he never express a lot to friends or family and stuff. Hey, I'm so proud of him. You know, I'm so proud of him. He never said that. He only say that when he's solo, when he's alone with you. That's him. Remember, he come to my school in Dubrovnik later on. I always do good, and we drive home back to Topolo, and we talk in a car. And he just told me these beautiful things, man, that he's so, that he can't believe that I mean, his son, how proud he was. Entire class, I'm the best student. Again, and again, and again, and again. 5 years, and no, actually, I got 4 elementary, for me, all these schools, classes, I was the best. Every class, I have a golden pin, number 5. And that was the biggest award back then for students, to get a pin, number 5. Yep, got them all. Got them like 11, 12, more. And then I realized a lot of people are jealous of me. They're jealous. They're looking at you like, who are you, God? Yeah. I will learn everything. I don't know how I learn everything. I learn everything. Everything I learn there in Topolo. I learn everything there. I never have any private teachers, private schools, private, nothing private. Just you learn there. I don't think I even have a good books. You used to borrow the books from family members, from neighbors, for everybody who have a good book. Can I have it for tonight? I'll give you this one. You take this one. I love my animals. My animals. I love the cows and goats. That's my favorite. Goats. Goats. They're so cute. Little goats, you know, they're jumping. I got one. It was so cool. Oh, man, that's the tough story. But and then my family, my grandfather Pero, I got named after him. Legend. We never rich. We never do anything. We never go vacations. We never go anywhere. We just stay there and enjoy it. We grow tobacco. We grow a lot of tobacco. A lot of tobacco. And that's hard work. But good money though. Remember, my grandpa got paid. All the tobacco sold. And we got brand new shoes, eh? Brand new shoes. Like some kind of sneakers, you know. That was a gift. 3 months of work. But again, you learn, and you learn, and you go home all together, you have a meal together, and you're talking about your day, you're talking about tomorrow, you're talking about things, you're together, you're family. You're together, man. Today, it's different stories, guys, but that's why I love growing up in Topolo. I'm, I know every rock in Topolo. I'm original. We have a beautiful church. We got 2 beautiful churches in Topolo. 2 beautiful churches. One is built in like 16th century. One is built in 15th century. It's just That's our locals, our little families. We go every Sunday. We go there. Hey, you know, we pray and we say hello to everybody. Then you have a Sunday meal, chicken and potatoes. Sunday meal. But I will always go out, man. I don't know, man. Middle of lunch or something, I always disappear. I don't like too much crowds. I never like crowd. I don't like, especially when they start talking, asking a million questions. You know, we have all these our saints celebration, and we have a lot of aunts and uncles coming from the city, and they ask you a million questions. Peter, how you did? Peter, how you did? Peter? I always like to disappear. It's like my brain is getting full.
Do you want to take a break? 30 minutes, Seth. It's been 30 minutes.
Oh, okay, good.
Pause.
Okay.
Okay, let's clap. Do a little clap.
Where?
Now.
I'm still on. Hello, welcome. This is The Truth by Pero Nenada. Can't wait to start. This is the life of me, Pero Nenada. I'm born 1972, October 1st, in beautiful place over there in Croatia. I love it, Dubrovnik. But I grew up in Topolo, which is village 30 miles north, far village, awesome. And just I lost it. I lost it now. I lost it. Cut. See, cut. You need to ask me a question. Ask me a question.
Before America, before the war, before everything, take me back to Topolo. What is your first memory like being there as a little boy?
That's a tough question.
Your first memory. When you first think of Topolo.
First thing of Topolo. I will say that that beautiful wake up in the morning and smell of the field. You know, everything is growing. You see fields so packed with vegetables, fruits, and animals. A lot of animals like goats, sheep, chickens, everything. And I'm there. I was born there. I'm a young kid running around, and just being there in that beautiful place, guys. That you got no idea. We got a lot of green. We got ocean. We got everything. And that's the
And what did Topolo sound like in the morning? What was the first thing you heard?
first thing I heard is a rooster, Nico. We have a name for rooster. I mean, that was a guy. There was a guy, man. His name is. He was man. They always have these kind of names. But that you live with that. That's your thing. No alarm clocks, no nothing. You got rooster. And when it's a when the sun goes down or rise or up and down, you go by old school. Old school. You just stare in the stars or something. And that was us. We are basically like a tribe. We lived there as a family, Nenadas. There's another families, neighbors, but we all know each other for centuries. But we are like different tribes. Nenadas, you are good with this. Jelenic, you good with this. Bazdan, you good with this. Konso, you good with this. Shit. Fuck, why Konso has a pears or peaches? We can't have a peaches, Nenadas. That was my question when I was young. Yeah? Tata, why don't have a peaches? No, no, we do. We're gonna do tobacco this year. We're gonna do tobacco, make a lot of money. We gotta work all in tobacco. And you just follow. You just follow the guy who said that. Okay, tobacco. No complaint. Go. Growing up in Topolo, it was the best thing ever happened to me in my life. Tell you right now. I tell you right now, straight in the face to everybody. That was the biggest, the startup of my life when I saw real life. I saw real life. Real life. You learn how to butcher any animal when you're hungry. My father I don't know, 9 year old, and he said, butcher, we need chicken for lunch. You gotta cut a throat, you gotta bring a chicken. There we go. You're learning. You gotta be there, but don't fail.
So you
And
would,
then
so you would say, your childhood was what, simple, hard, beautiful, or all of
I would
together?
say, Nico, whole globally looking, my childhood was great. I would say good, perfect,
It
perfect.
made you who you are.
Made me who I am now. And I've never switched my childhood to anybody, because you got it all there. It's all there, and you gotta use it. As a kid, we used to play. We go on a hill. We build a fort. We play cowboys and Indians we play for hours.
Yes, because that's what. Yeah, what did you do for fun? What was the daily activity?
Fun. Okay, that was our fun. We had like a 3 hours a day to do fun. I remember you can do whatever you want to do. And we always go on a hill. We always like hill. Me, my buddies, and a lot of girls. A lot of,
Cowboys and Indians.
we are there. We are locals. And we gotta build a fort in the woods. And you gotta climb, and you gotta know how to chop, how to build. You're learning. I always was good with that. I always want to put a roof. You gotta have a roof, you know. They're like, Pero, hurry up. No, you gotta have a roof, and then you're learning. It's so funny.
Construction.
And then you heard your mother voice from the balcony or terrace, dinner time. And you're running down, and you're just tumbling down. You're hungry, you're thirsty, and you're scraping your legs on the concrete, on rocks, and everywhere. You look like a little. You just look like a little lost lost kid somewhere.
So, all right then. Who else lived with you in the house growing up?
Well, original house when I grew up, it's called old house. It's original house and built my grandfather Pero, and his wife Ivana. They built it with bare hands, and the house is like a monument. It's like a freaking bunker. The house like 80 centimeters walls. I would say 2.5 feet of walls thick. There was 9 of us in a house. It was my grandpa, my grandma, my father, my mother. That's 4, and 5 kids. That's 9, right there. 2 bedroom, no bath, no bath. This is 2 bedroom, actually 3-story house with no bath. That's why I couldn't figure out who built. We have a bath on the side, like maybe 100 yards away from the house. It's like a little German bunker, and you have a hole in the middle. And when it's raining, you go with a candle. And now I'm professional tile guy, and I I never gave a shower when I grew up. I never took a proper shower when I grew up. I never saw any tile. It was all water was heat. My mom would heat a big ass every Sunday. That was our shower day. After church, she boil up this pot full of water, and she will make the homemade soap. My mom made this homemade soap look like turquoise. I love it. It was
Goat,
like turquoise colors.
saying goat.
Yes, goat, yes. But the colors, like turquoise, like a blue, like a green, and she will scrub your back. She would just scrub you. That was our shower. That was our shower.
So that, really made you appreciate, you know, being in the
Made me
bathrooms
appreciate.
and
Made me appreciate, Nico, every bathroom I walk in every building I walk in, made me appreciate a lot to see brand new bathroom. And that's why I become now, I'm jumping, professional tile installer and shower master. Because I never had a good bathroom. Okay? I never have running water. There was no water. We got only rainwater. You pray for rain and you got a well, pull it out, and we live like a nomads, and we grow vegetables, we grow everything perfectly organic. Everything was perfectly organic. I didn't know about any chemicals. I don't know. I don't know what the hell chemicals mean. You stuck in the ground grows, and as a kid, my biggest thing was when I was sent to pick up the eggs, like Saturday, Friday, Sunday morning to pick up fresh eggs. They're always every morning fresh, but I got another 2 brothers, another 2 sisters. You gotta switch. In my day, it was like a weekend. I mean, Pharaoh's going. And one time, I saw a snake, like anaconda, honestly. I mean, blacks eating all the eggs, and I was so pissed. I was so pissed because this is my family. This is our food. Who are you? Intruder, man. And I was so angry as a kid. I don't know, maybe 7. I took some stick. There was some kind of stick on the side. I just killed this thing. I killed the snake and I brought it to my father.
He's scared of snakes.
No, I killed it.
I thought your tata was scared of snakes.
He was very scared. That's why I brought it to him. Dead. Like he still ran away.
Okay.
My mom, on the other hand, my mom, Maria Cvjetkovic, my mom, she's like Steve Irwin of Australia. I mean, Croatia. She knew how to talk with animals. She knew every animal. She very passionate woman. I never. My mom.
She put her heart into everything.
My mom, Nico. I never saw my mom pissed off my life.
Never. Only I actually seen her pissed off at, or no, never pissed, just disappointed.
Disappointed but not pissed. My mom lived perfect life. She never smoked, never drink, never do nothing. My mom was a real mom, and my mom was there for us, all of us, all the time. And for her husband, for my father. That's another thing. My father was a crazy guy. He loved to party. He was extremely, how to say it, womanizer. He was taxi driver. He was good looking and social, and he loved people. But he always come back home. Every time he always come back home. Somehow.
Because what was
Somehow.
what was your tata supposed to be? You know, what was his job supposed to be? Picking tobacco his whole life, or was it his big job switch?
My
Being a
father,
taxi
Nico,
driver?
my
'Cause
father was
owning a Opel back then was a big deal. I remember you telling me.
my father was extremely lazy guy.
Okay.
He never liked to work.
Mhm.
He always wanna be in Croatia. We say gospar.
Uh-huh.
He wanna be a guy, you know,
He owns something and money comes to
like
him.
he likes to wear a suit, good clothes, you know. I get it.
Entrepreneur.
I get it. I totally get it because he's the youngest kid.
Okay.
He see the dirt all over the place. The dirt, just dirt. His father, Pero, my grandpa, he's just all life is in dirt. This poor guy didn't see shit, just dirt. And my father realized I gotta get out of here. Taxi. He ended up Dubrovnik and ended up honestly the best taxi driver ever. And I picked that. See, I picked that. I picked that. I picked that. I picked that. My father wire. My father wire. I was staring at him. You know what I mean? Tata, Tata. What car is this? He was bringing some new cars. I don't, oh my god, I missed it. That and okay, and we got it all. I'm only pissed off in one thing, guys. I'm only pissed off one thing about my family. Pissed off. Yeah. I don't know. It's just us, or we are not real. We are not good with women's. Okay,
Relationships.
relationships. I'm pissed on my father that he never took his wife, my mom, like out, like out, like come on, mom, come on, dress something nice. We're going for dinner, you know. I remember that never. Later on came, later on, but
But what was the one thing your dad taught you? You really, that left a stain. Worth ethic. But you said he was lazy.
my dad taught me how to drive a stick shift. You know how? He didn't even he didn't even sit next to me or nothing. You just say, "Pero, go pick up the car," which is maybe quarter a mile. Figure out. And I'm as a kid expecting, Dad, listen, just go pick up the car. we waiting right here. That was, it's like somebody is taking you like a last walk. You gotta be perfect now. If you screw it up. He taught me a lot of things, Nico. A lot of things. I never understand. He never was nice. He never was like, you know what I mean? He was always tough. Always tough. Like serious.
So do you think, kids nowadays are disciplined easy?
Kids these days,
How you're disciplined, discipline. Pick a stick. You told me those stories as a kid. You had to pick a stick.
yes, pick a stick. Pick a stick. That's when yes, Topolo stories. When we play, we only have one sport, which is soccer, nogomet. We call it nogomet because noga means foot, and nogomet means yeah. And we have these fields we play. We got no real fields. We got no goals. We made our own goals with the little sticks. No mesh, no nothing. One guy tried to put potato. Potato bags. They have these mesh, and he's tried to put them all together. He give up. Too much work. We just kick the ball, but the ball will go to the neighbor field, which is, he growing tomatoes, broccoli, Swiss chard, and my father is on a balcony. He's seeing us. We playing. Oh boy! And then we go home. It's already 7 o'clock p.m. It's getting dark, and he's calling the names: Ivanka, Nico, Pero, Maya, Maro, Doma. Doma means home. Now. And by the way, pick the stick with you because we did something bad. We did damage neighbor field. We damage it. And by the way, we steal a couple of things because neighbor have a good fruits. We don't have a fruits. But back then it's a lesson. No steal. And that's why he waited always for down the stairs. It was stairs, and okay, Ivanka, come on first. Papa, go. Nico, he got already like 4. He was always bad. Me, none.
The prodigy.
Right there, I saw my father feelings. He was good. Because I was really good in school. Again, school. Really good in school. I didn't do any problems here. I was totally innocent. I didn't kick the ball.
Compared to Nico and Ivanka,
Oh,
they
yeah.
were always in trouble.
Yeah, always in trouble.
No.
I'm never in trouble. I never was in trouble because I knew I don't want to piss my father off. And that but
did your
big
father...
big role in my life did my grandma. Again, my grandma.
Baba Bonbon.
Baba Bonbon. Bonbon means candy, but hard candy. And she always carried bonbon in a traditional Croatian national uniform. When husband dies, she's wearing a black the rest of the life. She's not dating anybody. She's not getting remarried. She's not trying to lose a weight. She's not going to gym. She's the rest of her life she's crying after husband. That's the love. Okay? And as a kid, I experienced a lot of funerals, a lot of deep crying funerals, and I respect family. You know, dude.
So what were your grandparents really like? What was, of course, your mom and dad were
You know,
traditional. Your mom and dad were traditional, but your grandparents, Baba Bonbon and Pero,
Nico, I have a one picture in my
Jello
garage.
Pero.
I have a one picture, only one picture with me with my grandparents. That's the only one I got.
You as a baby.
I was maybe 2 months old, but I was proud to be hold with my grandpa, with my grandpa.
Of course.
You know what I did, Nico? Nothing. I don't remember them doing anything. Just working, working, and cooking, and socializing. Friends, social cards. They love cards. They like to play cards. Even my father, he loved cards.
What was it called? What was the card game called?
Oh, we got two of them. It's all Italian. One is called Briscola, and one is called Tresetta. Okay, I was very bad with these cards. I didn't like them because everybody's smoking cigarettes, drinking, and especially I gotta play with my father.
So you're mentioning how good you were in school. You got good grades.
Number one.
You were never in trouble.
Nico, number one.
But did one teacher kind of say anything to you that did he ever say anything to you like, or see something special in you? Did he ever say something to you that inspired you as a young kid?
I had a
later,
in Smokovljani in my
middle school.
that's middle school. I had a teacher from Montenegro. They're all from Serbia, Montenegro, communism. Okay, she was extremely hot teacher, but I was young, and
You listened because she was hot.
but she was very nice to me. She was always telling me nice things. She was telling me nice things. Pero, this is bad area. Get out of here.
Of course. Look at you.
No, because of me, because you, Pero, you deserve to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the hell she's talking about. You know, my future is go to Dubrovnik. That was me, Dubrovnik. That's it.
Well, of course.
I'm
That's
not
where high
thinking.
school is,
I'm not thinking about anything else.
Yeah.
But she was telling me about more.
Because how good you were in school and
Yeah.
all this stuff.
No,
You were
no,
a
no.
prospect.
Honestly, very prospect.
Yeah. A lot of these kids nowadays, or when I was growing up, asking for these scooters and riding bikes and stuff. But I remember you telling me you were riding horses with your cousin Stiepo. Tell me about that memory.
Yes. Yes. Okay. It's called sports in Topolo. We, my family, we have a one horse. That was a mule, by the way. My father was always a horse, but it's a mule. Crazy mule.
Well, it was a mule, a donkey, huh?
No, mule is Nico between donkey and horse. So stupid thing. The thing is shouldn't be existing. Okay,
Crossbreed.
they just like to kick. That's why my uncle Dundonico got kicked in the face by this mule. Dundonico Dubrovnik. Okay?
Of course it is.
But then
A male donkey
my
and
cousin,
female horse.
my cousin Stjepo Điković have a real horse, white horse, Nico, white, beautiful horse, like a fucking western movie horse, And me and him would go riding a lot. We got no saddles. There's no saddle. Just go as a kid and you grab the horse. You grab the horse for the hair, and you just go. And I remember one incident with me. I was so small because horses gotta drink the water. And we got this special spot when the horses gotta drink the water, and they're gonna go down, and I didn't pay attention, and I slide through the neck, and I slide to the water, and horse was pissed off, almost stopped, almost, you know, like wow.
Were you scared of, horses, or was
I was
horses
after
like,
that I'm scared.
but like, of course, did you have a feeling with animals? Like, can you think you could talk with them, or are you scared of animals as a kid? You think you could talk with them and have that feeling, or were you scared of them and you just,
When I was young, I was I love animals, but I like to experiment things with animals, especially bugs.
okay. Squash them, eat them,
No, 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 no,
put
no,
them
no,
in the,
no, no, no.
oh,
When you're out there, Nico, with 50, 60 sheeps, and they're all eating, they're all cool, and you got 5 hours to kill, what are you gonna do? You got no cell phone, you got no internet, and I make my cocktail. I I don't know what the hell is that, but I will catch these bugs, crawling bugs, and I will inject with some kind of alcohol, you know, and let it go.
how'd you get syringe? How'd you inject it?
No, that was a shot, like a shot.
The syringe, yeah, how'd you get that stuff,
You go to dentist, man, they give you shot and you keep it.
Wow, that's it.
No, as a kid, there was a present.
Experiment, yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, as a kid, they give you that.
yeah.
They give you that. It's yours.
We got goodie bags,
No,
you got
because and you're
syringe.
getting it home and you're like, holy shit, this is my mouth. This big, dude. Needle.
Uh-huh.
Needle, this big,
You
long.
take it home, it's a monument,
And you don't
momentous.
cry. You're like, wow, you a hero. And you keep it and you take it home and I put a grappa, alcohol in there. I take it with me. I just grab this fucking cockroach and just zip, boop, let it go.
I remember you told me you would tie the string to the boom bar and fly like a kite.
That was excitement. That was a really excitement
That's no
because you want to
experiment.
see something different. You basically
You have control.
you got to use your imagination when you're a kid. When you're a kid, we used to shoot a. We did a lot of crazy things. We used to shoot the birds because we eat them, not because we hate them,
It's not
because we
crazy.
eat them.
That's not crazy. That's how
And we
you
have a
live,
lot of birds.
survive.
Nico, we have thousands.
Yeah.
I used to make these. That was my
How'd you
thing
eat?
of winter time, Nico. You make, guys. If you, this is the real deal. When you're surviving, like Alaska, like you hungry. You gotta catch a bird, and you got no gun. You got nothing. You just figure out, and you found the rocks, and you make the little with the wood. You make it. You put a food, put a little green food on the bottom, and the bird go under the rock, and she flip the stick, and she squish. And you got bird. Put in barbecue. God damn, it's good stuff. We live like that. We live like that. I mean, funny, we have a lot of meat, but we want a birds. We are also we are different. We have full freezer of stuff, man, but we want to do something else.
So then what was the lesson, or what was that one memory of Topolo? You know,
You will always stay with me,
that's,
or
yeah, it's always, no, but like kind of, what is a place in Topolo? Anytime somebody mentions Topolo, or when you're maybe working hard somewhere and you're just thinking of that happy place, what is that place in Topolo that is your happy place, or, you
that
know,
was my private place. That was my little place.
hill?
That was my hill. We call it Klisura. 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 Klisura was so interesting because it's just behind my house, my parents' house. It's like 35% steep, and we have a water up there, and we have these Nico two pairs. two pear trees, they grow only up there. And we as a kid, we know about them. And that's my spot. I will go up there, pick these pears, and sit on a cliff and stare on a field and stare the action in Topolo. And I will always stare the house. Okay, Glamazic, Milo Glamazic, he's going. Okay, good. Oh, Chagal, oh, where are you going? Vichan, where are you going now? You know, that was my thing, observing like an eagle nest. You know, I'm on top. And then we go down. I go down and that was you know that was your thing.
So did you see Topolo as did you see Topolo as a small place, or did you see it as your home? Did you want to?
Always Nico saw Topolo as a massive, the biggest place on the planet.
Looking at that photo right there, look at that huge land. And you guys are along the mountain there,
We
along the
call this
ridge.
California land. Honestly, you can stick anything in this soil, it will grow, because this is like thousands years old from Roman Empire. Napoleon Bonaparte tried to go through here. Yes, he built a road through here, by the way. Imagine how rich the soil, whatever you stick, grows. Just gotta be what to do it. Instead of, we always do grapes, we always do olives because they give us good stuff and money. But let's try something new. You know, it's so rich,
Yeah.
very rich.
So then, yeah, of course, Topolo gave you your green thumb. Yeah, I know you can grow anything, and they gave you the gift.
You got no idea how many plants I plant with my family. A lot of plants because we do always seasonal. We know when when potatoes goes in. That's a February. January was a break, nothing going on. Still nothing. Cold weather. But February perfect for potatoes. Then you start. March is coming. April. You go with verdura. We say verdura. It's Italian greens. You go with the greens. We knew.
The
And the whole
seasons,
village is
seasonal
working.
eating.
And whole village is busy.
Yeah.
Everybody's happy. Everybody's growing. You see fields so green. You see everything green, man. It's so beautiful. Ah, honestly. And then I go to my hill. I stare in that, man. What do you do? Oh, you're doing your potatoes today. Okay, good. I love that. And then we have a seasonal like butchering. We butcher animals like December, November was killing the pigs, making prosciutto, making sausages. We got oh, we got fishing times. We go catch midnight little baby fishes with a scoop. Like a tribe.
So I remember this one memory that's coming back to my head now. You mentioned to me, because I know you guys didn't really do a lot of vacations as a family. You guys
No,
are always working.
no vacation.
But you saw a lot of other European, countries visiting, staying in Topolo, right? You said, remember this. They're staying in Topolo and enjoying
Well, that
the
was a
local.
little later.
Okay.
That was still communism. A little later. Uh, yes, Topolo was number one spot for camping. You won't believe it. It was number one spot for camping, Nico. Camping. All these olive trees over there, it was camping sites. And you will see a lot of Polish, Czechoslovakian people, Hungarian people, English people, German people come with the RVs and they will park over there. Eh? And we, as a kid, we always go there to meet these new people. They're like aliens. Who are they? Who's Polish? Who are they? You know?
So then,
And
yeah, 'cause I see. Okay, so then that okay awakened you to see, other people, other kind of nationalities
what
out
I
there.
do, what I do,
Yeah,
what
like
I
what?
do.
Yeah,
No,
intrigued you.
we always
Give you interest.
sneak. We always sneak as a kid. They always give us some presents, give you a T-shirt, give you some toy or something from Poland, from Russia, from Germany. You're like, tata, 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 look at this. And my father, he was just garbage. And but for me, there was a culture. There was like, I wanna I want to explore. And I was chilling with these guys. I mean, Polish people. Hey, what are you doing in Croatia and Topolo? Hey, what the? But I love the peace. I love the peace.
At any moment, when you were living as a, living in Topolo as a boy, of course, kid, did you feel like what moment in Topolo and that memory made you kind of want to leave or made you kind of see I'm meant for bigger, you know?
That's
Was it looking into the fire, seeing a
I
vision,
was I was
a
already in
dream?
high school. I was already in high school in
That
the
was later.
city,
Okay.
and already exploring big. I'm already into judo. By
Okay.
the way, I was really strong, natural strong person that every coach give me a future. But I always hmm,
It was through your skill. You never really
hmm,
got some like conscious telling you like in the back of your head telling you, "Per, you're going to be meant for something more. There's keep on going. This is nothing." But
but
but you
nobody
were so
nobody
it was genuine. You were literally a kid born and raised in Topolo and then going, to Smokvlan, kako zoveš? Smokvlonjanje.
smokovljani.
Can't even say it. Smokvlonjanje.
Smokovljani, yes, yes. But that's interesting because
Smoklovljanje.
the city changed me.
Smoklovljanje.
City changed me. Of course, when you're coming from little place with 80 people to 33,000 people, it's a change. And I was like a dog from the leash, and very careful, very good dog, very good dog. Honestly, never do crazy stuff. Went to judo thanks to my uncle. Put me in there, honestly, and learn with judo. I learned a lot of discipline, a lot of discipline, a lot of discipline.
So then this is gonna be a perfect segue for chapter two. It's talking about Dubrovnik and that high school life.
Done. Can't wait for Devon. Okay, that's a new chapter, guys. But listen, before let me just say this quick. Before I went to Dubrovnik school, uh, you know, for me it was so scared thing. I was not ready. I was scared about city, especially how I look and especially how I talk, and I wasn't ready for this thing. But a lot of people helped me. A lot of good people helped me talk with me. You know, there's always good people out there. They help you and kind of cheer you up. Hey, you'll be okay. And you beat up everything. And then the first day when I came to high school, by the way, that's gonna be chapter two, guys. That's gonna be chapter two. Stay tuned. Cut.